this dog. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it tonight, but it is crazy. So tonight we're going to finish up the Fugue we were writing last night. I thought about it quite a bit. And I think I have a pretty good idea where I want to go. So let's go ahead and stop that. Thanks, Audacity. And let's get over to get where you guys can see what's going on with Sibelius. So if you're joining us, last night we were working on some drumline battle music. We were working on a fugue form for our thing. So let's take a quick listen to our fugue. And again, a fugue starts out with an exposition, which is what's happening here in the tenors. So, oops. So the tenors have the exposition of this part. Then what happens is the snare drums play the same part. So we have an 8-bar exposition. Snare drums play the same part. The tenors play a completely new melody than they were playing before, but they're playing it underneath the tenor line, or sorry, beneath the snare line who's playing the exposition. By the time we get to B, snare line is finished their exposition, the bass line plays the exposition, and the tenor line and snare line is playing yet another kind of melody. And in their melody here at B, they're doing a call and response that actually starts in the pickups. So bum, ba bum, ba, and you can kind of see here how this call and response happens with the snare drums and the bass drums. But while that's happening, the bass drums are still playing the exposition. So it's pretty cool how that works. So we got most of the way through it last night. We still have about half to go. So where we stopped last night was everybody got through their exposition, and then they were done. So let's see. We're going to give me just 1 second. I need to do one quick setup thing that I forgot to do so that you can hear it. And sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Yep. Good old OBS doesn't always want to participate in what we're doing. All right. I think now we should be back to where you can hear it. Gonna double check. So let's just kind of hear what we have so far. Again, so this is going to be for really a drum line that they're not like amazing, but they're not beginners. And at 130 beats per minute, that is, it's just kind of a lot of fast stickings and some accents. So we're not like throwing in diddles that are going to come out all crazy, like muddy and stuff like that. So some fast stickings, but not really anything too nuts. We will go back in and throw some a little more color into the snare line maybe. We'll see how it feels. So let's go back and listen to just what we have so far. So from the top. that's where we ended last night. So let's, oops. One more time. Just gonna hear this. So here's the exposition for the tenor line. So it's kind of like a Herta-based idea. So there's a slower Hertas and then the fast ones. And so that fast Herta section, every time they play those fast Hertas, they're exposed. So you'll see them again coming up here in the snare line right here. So exposed there. So again, they're going to be exposed. Bass drums are going to have their exposed moment here in a moment. You can see it right here in bar 23. So lots of call and response there in that line. And then unison you can see because the exposition is done. Yep. So that's where we are so far, and then got the recapitulation here at F coming up. So we need to get basically D to F tonight, get us to the recapitulation, and call it a night. So, don't need all that stuff. Got a new USB hub coming so you can see my face if that's important. And then I can use a keypad for this little doodad, which I have off screen at the moment. So we can go a lot faster. Once again, we're in Sibelius right now. This is Sibelius with the virtual Drumline sound font. So it makes everything sound better. Oh, and we did last night switch out the this voice, this snare line voice for the right one. It was the snare line auto right left voice. Now it's snare line manual, so I have to manually go in and tell it which is the right stick and which is the left stick sound that I want, which is much better because it'll make all these like these paradiddles, or in this case these grandmas, sound better. All right, so C, we've got a lot more unison stuff that we want to happen here, because we've had these separate melodies all coming together, and this is kind of like where the melodies all line up for these three voices. For these 8 bars at C, and then we'll probably keep it a little bit more at D. But at D, what we're planning is to have, I don't know who this we is, what I'm planning is to have a little more call and response between the 3 sections, similar to what was happening here at B with the snares and the tenors. So you can see we have this call and response. So we're going to do that, but at D, when we get to D, we're going to do that across all 3 voices. C is a big, heavy unison, mostly unison portion. So in this case, I don't really want this accented here because the bass drums have a slam on the and, so we're going to keep that going here. And again, we're writing this part at C a little bit lighter because bass drums just had some pretty beefy stuff going on at B. So, all right. So coming into B, we're going to get some eighth notes. Have to fix that. And then we're just going to actually have this come down here. And because the bass line's going up, we're going to have the tenor line go right up with them. The other thing that makes this a little bit slightly trickier for the tenors is we are doing some stuff off the left Now we're not doing anything crazy. Actually, let's have them do this. Left, left, left. Dun, dun, dun. Yep, okay, that's not too bad. So that's going to be a right, left. But make that a sweep. So let's put in our stickings before we forget. So it's going to be left, 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 right, right on 3, left, left, right, right. So a sweep there from 1 to 2, and back to left, left. Oops. Took me to the next note. Not what I wanted. Put our stickings in here. And we'll go ahead and just have them mimic the tenor line, just in case they want to be set up next to each other. We can. They'll look visually correct together. So every time I hit space at the end of this, it jumps to the very next note, which is way down there. So grandma, grandma, long roll. So then what we're going to do is we're going to keep this 16th note pattern going, but instead of, we're going to just keep this sticking going, which is going to be kind of the interesting part here for the listener. Back it up. So back it. Yep. We're gonna make that an 8th note. And actually, let's just make it bedded up. Yep. Let's just do that. So right, left. So this is going to be kind of like unison, but different stickings. So we're going to play this. We're going to play it all together. But then we're going to shift in the next bar. We're going to shift the accents around. And we'll get to the bass line in just a moment. Just wait a moment. For all of you Kit Boga fans. Alright, so So if we can, we're going to make these sweeps. So right, left, left. Actually, what we'll do is we'll save the sweeps for the last couple, just to get people's attention. So that'll be, sorry. Yep. Okay, add in our stickings. Left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, left, Excellent. Same thing on the snare drums. Okay, so that's the same. But then we're going to move the accents for the tenor. Snare drums are going to play things slightly different. Tenors are going to play basically the same pattern, but they're going to play it on the other hand. Yep. Okay. So now we need dotted eighths for our friends in the bass line. Because we want them playing the same thing. Give it a dot. Excellent. There's going to be unisons because they haven't had enough of those yet. And I'm being serious. And that's not really a dotted eighth note anymore. Really just chord note. Bum, 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 bum. Then, so now we're going to have this the tenor line. Play this slightly differently. So we're going to keep them up on that drum. So we're going to go right, left, left. Then, so that should be that sweep. This is the part where the tenor drums, this might start to get a little unrealistic for this line because it's just a lot of sweeps. But at this speed, we're just going to hope for the best. So Becketa, and then so sweep from one sweep down. So one sweep, we're going to be moving right to get to this sweep. Then we're going to come back left for that. Then we're going to stay there, and then we're going to stay. So that's not too crazy. Alright, so now the snare drums are going to play something totally different. That was weird. Alright, so let's get our 16th notes back. I'm just grabbing these generic 16th notes with no stickings, because I'm too lazy just to put in more 16th notes. And we're going to play this pattern. Gotta get rid of these old accents. Come on, Sibelius, cooperate. Or maybe it is cooperating and I just can't tell. Alright, so now we're going to have, oops, bum bum, off beats. that. Bum 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 bum. So there's a lot of notes, but it's kind of sticking a little bit interesting. And again, the point of C here is to be pretty dense with notes. And we're going to give our bass drums something slightly different to do. This will actually be a unison, but one and two and a three and four. And let's make these eighth notes. Yep. Now we need to put them on the unison line. Make that note head 46. Okay. Good to go. Now what we want to do is egg beaters. So these are actually straight. Tenor drums have had a tough time there. So let's just have them take this, call and response. Okay, straight sticking. But you, up here, they're going to play egg beaters. And egg beaters are just a sticking that sounds kind of unusual. And like conceptually, if you play the egg beaters exactly perfect, they should sound like nothing. But because of like reality, that's not how things go. So take that accent off. So really all we need to do here is put in our stickings. So right, left, left, right, 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 left, right, right, left, 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 right, left, left, left. Bigger, 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 better, better, better. And we'll give that a rim shot. Rim shot for the snare drums here. Cool. Alrighty. And the other thing we're kind of need to do is fix all these left hand notes so that they sound like left hands. Which I think is 41. Nope. 42. Nope. That's not 0. Okay, I'm gonna have to check my VDL map. Just a second. Snare solo. I always forget what left hand is. Like, I remember so many of these so well, some of the random ones. Oh, 31. Let's see, I was close. 31. Cool. So, again, in virtual drumline, in the snare line manual, you have to tell it which notes are left hands, which can be kind of a pain in the rear. but it really sounds a lot better. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going to fix these before we finish out section C. So by default, it's the right hand, which is notehead 0. Give this an accent. Realistically, they're going to accent that anyway, so. Yep, it's going to be cool. So we start all this unison at the beginning of C. Bassline kind of breaks off into their own supporting cast thing, while we stay unison here in bar 29 with our accents. That all falls apart at bar 30. Falls apart a little bit differently with the stickings over here. But again, we're going to just let these bass drums chill, because it's just unison, right? And we're wanting to play with how all these notes fit together. And these accents that get passed between the snare voice and the bass voice in 30, and then the tenor and the bass voice here is just fine. Unless I could totally flip it. I could make have the bass drums play. Nah, that's just dumb. Let's not do that. All right. Make sure we have 8 bars. My counting has been off before, and last night when I did this, it was all wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Yep. Okay, 8 bars between C and D. Good job. Cool. All right, now we need 8th notes here, but we're going to pass these 8th notes around. Okay. So the tenors, they're going to be double stops. But I need a rest here first. Excuse me, I need a rest. What? I just need you to be rest. There we go. Now I need you to be an 8th note rest. There we go. Cool. All right, so double stops. Not there. Make those rim shots. Make them all accented. Apparently I didn't have that drum 2 selected. My bad. Rim shots, which is notehead 52. It's fine, I think. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Alright, snare drums, your turn. Again, I'm just all about strumming these notes. Get your marcato top. Bep, 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 bep. So again, we are just breaking this down there. And that brings us to D. Cool, let's hear the whole thing. And that really came together. It's amazing what sleeping for a little bit will do for clarity and in your ideas. Really wanted to push through this completely last night, but I'm glad I didn't, because it's kind of come together. I'm going to listen to that one more time. Because it feels about like I want it, which is surprising. But it also goes back to, like, if you just keep practicing something, you'll just get better. I really like this kind of second tenor melody that we've got going. And I need to go back and fix all those left hands. Not a bad fugue. And those guys are just going to play drums. Yep. Feels good, man. Feels real good. I like that. And not only that, it's going to be fun to play. I mean, these are some fun sticking patterns that they're just fun sticking patterns to play. So because I have all these tenor drum notes on the same drum, I do need to get all those left hands in there too. When you're going across the drums, usually it doesn't make any difference. But when you spend a lot of time on one drum, spend a lot of time on one drum, it can start sounding a little machine gunny if you don't go ahead and fix it. Notehead 31. And I do want to fix a couple of these other left hands. I know this is really super boring to watch. Let me change note heads to the exact same note head with a different voicing. But it's got to be done. Because otherwise it just sounds like garbage. And do a couple more of these, and then I just need to go fix those hertas. That'll be fine. Yep, because this is where it sounds really bad. Because again, the stickings here in this section, oops, I'm at 31. Don't really want those to be shots. That would be a lot of shots. Okay. Got this double stroke roll in here. Okay, I said I was just going to do a few more, but apparently I'm just doing the entire rest of the thing. And, I mean, even though this is really going to be tougher to clean than it really is to learn. Because learning it, there's a lot of kind of repeated notes. So, repeated little passages. And so, which is how I try and do these. I mean, these are not a real competition when some of these are playing these. I mean, it's a competition, but it's kind of a fun, friendly competition. And folks generally aren't spending, a ton of time working at this music, so it needs to be pretty easy to learn so you can spend your time kind of cleaning it and having fun. So just decided to fix them all because it's pretty fast. Cool. All right. Back to D. So we've got this thing going on in C where we're real dense and we're real unison, and it all starts to fall apart here in bar 30. Keeps falling apart in 31. Completely, split here in 32. Which is going to set us up for a big call and response section between all of the sections here in section D. And the nice thing about section D here is that it's going to be a lot of things that they've already played from letter B, B or C, depending on when they've all come in already. So once you get to D, you're like, oh, or at least the performers should realize, okay, I've played this before. I need to fix my rehearsal mark. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Then we're going to start the recapitulation at F. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just can't count. Either I can't count or somebody else is putting these rehearsal marks in weird places. Alright. So what we get to do now actually is some copy pasta into so we're going to actually take this little bit and then that led us into B, and we're going to bring that back into D, but instead of here it's going to be in the bass drums. Then it's going to happen in the snare drums, sorry, in the tenors, and then it's going to happen in the snare drums. So a little bit like a round almost. So we're going to have a unison hit here. But this is actually going to come down the drums. So here we're going to get a double stop on the end of 4 down here because, sorry, I have to fix this rest. There's a lot of things that I need to fix that don't bug me. That bugged me. So here we go. So now these kind of have a little bit of like call and response. So bass drums are calling, tenors answer, then the snares answer. Then the tenors are going to have this 8th note. Tick-um. So I got to fix these left hands so that I don't get to... Now if I start copy pasting from this, I'll be fine. Okay. Dun dun. It's an 8th note, and then another 8th note after it. Finish this up and go watch Westworld, because that show's awesome. So now we're going to take this. Come on, mouse. So we're going to give a quarter note here. It's going to be a unison quarter note. Oh, I wanted... What? Okay, U46. Thank you. So back'em, ticka. All right, so now we need rim click. So we're passing in, right now we passed these accents across here. Now we're passing this 8th note back'em across the line. So I could make it a rim click, but I just kind of don't want to. But we're going to give this an accent. That needs an accent. Ooh. Come back to D. All right. So again, D here, we're setting up for the recapitulation at E and F. So we had all this unison stuff. Now we're kind of mirroring the call and response that we had at letter B with the snares and tenors. We're doing a little bit of call and response here across the battery now. So this has been a kind of a tenor heavy or tenor leading piece so far, and we're going to keep that up with this section. So we're going to we're intentionally making this kind of thin for a second. Because we came out of such a heavy part in C that the kind of this refreshing break right here. Can I just... Okay. And I really don't need this to be so freaking loud. This is going to be... Everybody mezzo forte. Which is fine. Alright, so ticka 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 ticka. Then the bass drums get their own ticka ticka. Yeah, this is fine. Really just want these all to be eighth notes. So this response is going to be not a direct mirror. Then we're going to get our snare drums on beat 2. Don't need you to be a rest. Need you to be a quarter note. Just a quarter note, not a rest. Right there. Cool. Alright. So now we're passing the accents, and we're going to have a call and response. So in this case, now the tenors are going to reply to the snare drums, sort of. But here, we're going to pass that accent. So we should be, yep, 3 bars in, perfect. Everything's exactly where we want it to be. The notes. Double stop. Break this part again. This is where I kind of forget that I should just copy paste. Get my. Yep. Then we're going to take this figure and we're going to put it in the bass drums. Again. Alright, so now we need to go back and pick up a little more from gonna go back and look at B again. And pick up a couple of these figures. So again, this is the feel that we are bringing back from B. Actually, let's just... Actually, this whole... Yep. This whole thing needs to come right back. Those entire 3 bars. We're just going to play those again. Because it was such a good idea before. Where's D? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yep. And then starts to bring in the main idea again. With these heritas. Because we've kind of gotten away from the heritas for a little bit, so it's good to reintroduce them right about this point in the piece. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring back this little section. Sort of. Alright, so so the bass drums are moving up and down, so we're going to have this actually move with them. Again, no crossovers here, but still, not the easiest thing in the world. And then the bass drums are going to respond to that with this. Right here, where'd we go? Okay. So they're gonna, bass drums are gonna hear this, and then they're gonna play it over here. What we're actually going to do is we're going to shift this entire thing 1 full beat. So it is the same notes, but it's going to be weird. Okay, good. Those are left, right as intended. Okay, yep. And then they're going to come in with and for the sake of making this interesting, we're going to change these two. We're going to flip them around to be left, right, right. So this will be fun to play. Of course, they're snare drummers, so they're going to rush the snot out of it. Whoops. Left stick there. Welcome to folks just joining us. we're writing a fugue for drumline battle. So a fugue for battery percussion, which is kind of unusual for use in drumline battle. And we are almost to the recapitulation, which is kind of cool. So we're going to listen to, we've written a whole bunch here at C and D that we haven't even really listened to yet. So we're about to take a listen. Because we have all this call and response. Then we pick this up again. Yep. All right, time to take a listen. Yep, that feels about right. Let's take it from the top one more time. So again, exposition. Having the left hands in here correctly makes a big difference. Such a simple little lick that pick it really works well. Yeah, nice unison heaviness. Feels a lot different. Yep. Feels good. I like that. I don't really love this bar 40 here, but it's fine. So now we're in the home stretch. Sorry, I gotta remember kind of what I wanted to do here with this. Oh yeah, I wanted to take all of this and play it again. So as long as they've learned this kind of funky section, they should at least get to reuse that knowledge, right? And let's have everybody play it together. Because that would be crazy. Of course, the baseline part is the different part, but that's what's going to make it fun. Ta-da! All right. Go get our baseline back from B. And this is the part where somebody might never actually play this because it's, I think it looks harder than it is. If you can't tell, the difficulty level is part of what is honestly bugging me about this, but it is what it is. Alright, so now I have a full unison part. Get this back. And then we're going to take, where's my long roll section here? This bar again. But the bass drums are going to play something different. So we've got jump 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 jump. Kind of the same thing, but kind of different. And why cannot zoom in? My little zoomy thing went away. Oh, there we go. But we're going to bring all this up on drum 2. Kind of want to make those straight right hands, but that's fine. Wait, what? Yeah, that's dumb. That's alright. Jump jump bugadum bum bugadum dum jump jump jump. Yep. Okay. And then for our bass drums, take this handy portion of music, bring it back. Jump, 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 jump. All these goofy stickings keep coming over. These bass drum stickings don't mean a thing. But whatever. Okay. Nobody needs these bass drum stickings because they are dumb. That's a unison. Yeah, this is gonna get rushed like crazy. You know, let's just make that. Give these 16th notes to this top bass drum to give the rest of the line any chance at finding this timing. Then we're going to take this bar back. That was at the end of here. This bar. Welcome back. Play again. Again, we're just restating themes. That's why it's a recapitulation. Ta-da! Alright, one more bar. And we're just getting a bar that we've already played. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. This is a good bar. And we're dynamically pretty flat through here, which is kind of obnoxious, but is what it is. All right, let's hear this whole thing, because we've got enough time. We could be done. Let's hear it. it gets a little like off kilter there for a few bars, but I kind of like it. There's this weird fake ending right here. Didn't really intend for it to go that way, but it was kind of fun. This part's gonna be bad to play, but it's kind of fun. Save that. Let's hear it again. Kind of like it. Oops. Didn't mean to start it again, but I really like that. There's only one thing that I would change. It feels like such a cop-out with the recapitulation here at F, just like... sorry, not at F. At D. Everybody playing the same thing, but that's fine. It works. The only thing that's weird is this right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our low bass drummer take the ball. Don't know what that noise was. There's a weird noise in my background. I don't think you guys can hear it, but it is. Yep. That will solve that completely. All right. Let's do it one more time. And then I think we're done. I think we're in good shape. I like this quite a bit. So with the commentary, so it changes to 130 beats per minute. Tenor doing the exposition. The sweeps in there. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like that. There's a lot of things in there that I like a lot. That even if it never gets played, you could play it at 120. A lot of people can play that at 120. Originally wrote it at 140. That's a little bit crazier, but at 120, a lot of folks can play that. The limiting factor is frankly going to be the bass line. I don't know. If you're a pretty solid high school line, you could take this on. Pretty solid high school line with bass 1 and 2 that have some hands. You can make it happen. Sorry, this accent just needs to move. It's just dumb. Where it is. Those are just dumb. Okay. All right, everybody. That was fun. I enjoyed writing that fugue quite a bit. The fugue was fun. Just a lot of that. A lot of parts of that were pretty fun. And I like where we ended up. I didn't really quite expect to like that, and writing a fugue quite so much. I thought that was going to be limiting. Thought it was going to be sound kind of dumb, but ultimately that really worked out. So thanks everybody for joining. I really appreciate the time you spent with me. We're gonna go out tonight with some Santa Clara Vanguard, and we're gonna play some Book. And I think this is, this is July of 2005. So I don't remember who was teaching Vanguard in 05, but this is a good book. So thanks again, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll be back soon with more Drumline Battle writing.